So I want to go ahead and talk about A Flames and Fallacy by Courtney Whims. This one is a romantasy, and I did give this one 5 stars. I stumbled across this one actually on my FYP when I saw the author talking about this one. Naturally, you guys know me, I was intrigued, so I instantly downloaded it off of KU, and I binge read this entire thing in one setting. Some of the things you can come to expect in this book are there is dragons, there is a very militant vibe. So there is, I think, going to be some enemies to lovers stuff going on, but we really have not seen a whole lot of this. I think that is something you're going to see more develop in book 2. You have the FMC who's going against all odds and is technically alone in the whole situation as well. So without giving a whole lot more away, I'm going to go ahead and give you some of my thoughts on this situation. This book actually had me hooked from the very beginning. The way the book opens up, it kind of had me like going, wait. The way it just opens up is very different. Like the way the author pitched it, she kind of pitched it as a mix between like almost like giving Fourth Wing vibes mixed with like How to Train a Dragon. You can see how she definitely describes those with those vibes. But I also can say that this is a very unique book. Like I could see where she got her inspiration. I wouldn't even say inspiration. I could see like those vibes. Like I can see how she like has those vibes going on. But yeah, at the same time, it's unique. So dragons are the enemy. In this book, the dragons are the enemy. And dragon riders are a no-no. They have been forbidden. Dragons are forbidden. And dragons are just, they're a no-no. So it's not like the other books we read. Usually everybody wants to be this. The girl's dad is, her mom's gone. And so with things happening in her life, I'm just going to leave it there because I don't like to give away spoilers. I'm just going to say she comes in possession of an egg that is going to just open a whole can of worms on its own because she is not obviously supposed to have this egg. And with this egg, she is going to need help. The person she's going to have to go to for help is going to end up being her ex-lover. With that situation, it is going to put her in even more danger having to go to that situation because he is in the army of the king. And obviously that is the dude who outlawed no dragons and no dragon riders, nothing. None of that is allowed. So she's got this egg and her ex-lover is kind of like, what? But if there's some feelings there, I won't give much away. He's going to be kind of reluctant to help her and kind of in that situation. But things happen. I don't want to give more away. There's an enemies to lover situation, so you know there's more going to be going into the story, so I'm going to leave that at that. I'm just going to tell you, there's so much that goes on with this story. There's going to be some betrayal that goes on. There's definitely some angst that's happening. There's some twists in this story that you are not going to see coming. And like I said, and dragons and dragon riding, and you get to see a bond with a dragon. Bond is, I think, where she compared it to Fourth Wing, is just the bond with the dragon. I don't think any other aspect, it really compares a whole lot with Fourth Wing. I think that's the only thing you really can compare it with Fourth Wing. Other than that, it's completely different. It does not compare at all. Like I said, this book is very unique, very well written on its own. Pulled me in from the beginning. It moves at a pretty quick pace. It does have some situations where she's sitting in there, where it's angsty and she's working with her ex in that situation where I was like, I know that it's building the story. I was getting frustrated, but I was not frustrated at the story. I was frustrated at the situation and the romantic situation because obviously I'm going to root at certain situations. I am a sucker for the villain. And you know, I'm always rooting for the enemies to lovers. That is my favorite trope. So we know that I was going for that. The whole time I'm sitting here with this book, I'm like, hey, look at the villain. Look at the villain. I know there's stuff. I know there's a past, but hey, look at the villain. Look at the villain. So like I said, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. So if you were somebody who's looking for a nice romantasy and you love the dragon aspect, but you want something that's completely different and not the same old, and you're like, I am so tired of everybody just wanting to become, you know, the same thing, you know, this one's different. So go ahead. If you want to try this one, try it out. It's completely different. And obviously you're going to have some rebels and you're going to have some war and just kind of misinformation building up. The book is really good and it does have some amazing twists. It does have some amazing turns. So I absolutely love this one. I really think you should check it out. And so it is on KU. It is book 1, book 2. I do not know when book 2 is releasing. I think it's supposed to be releasing and coming up sometime soon. I'm not 100% sure. I love this one and I think you just might too.